Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the KVD Lock-It Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. This foundation retails for $40.50 on Sephora's website. That's where I purchased mine. Never tried this foundation before. The new foundations brands have been releasing are more tinted, more dewy. They're not for my oily skin type. I was scrolling through Sephora and I saw this. I wanted to test it out on camera with you guys. I do want to read a little bit about this foundation on Sephora's website. A vegan full coverage liquid foundation that delivers extreme coverage and all day long wear with just a droplet. A little goes a long way. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says KVD Lock-It Foundation. You get 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounces of product. Up at the top you have the shade name. On the side of the packaging you have a little description. On the other side there isn't anything, and then on the back at the list of ingredients it states it has a 12-month shelf life and it was made in Italy. Here's what the foundation bottle looks like. Here's what the back looks like. I like this little detail. On the bottom of the foundation you have the shade name again. So let's see if this shade matches me. Here's what one pump looks like. Medium 59 neutral is described as tan acorn with neutral undertone. This foundation is thick. Let's see what this looks like on the skin. I wonder if this oxidizes. Wow, that is full coverage for sure. Look how thick it is. I think this shade might match me. I did also purchase another shade. I got the shade in medium 62 warm. I wasn't sure what shade would match me, so I typed in the foundations I normally wear on a daily, and then it matched me to medium 59 and then medium 62. I do want to see what medium 62 looks like. I'm gonna do one pump again. Medium 62 warm is described as a tan caramel with warm undertones. Let's see what this looks like. Here's what those two shades look like. I think I'm gonna go with the first shade in medium 59 neutral. I'm gonna remove these swatches. I just finished cleansing my face. I don't have any moisturizer, primer, nothing. It's just my bare skin. Again, I'm going to do one pump of the shade in medium 59 neutral. I'll dot this all over. It did state that you only need a droplet, so we shall see. I'll do one side of my face and then we'll see if it oxidizes. On the right side of my face, I'm going to be blending it out using a foundation brush. Here's what the foundation looks like blended out using a foundation brush. I'm looking a little bit ghostly, but I expected a little bit more coverage. It didn't cover up my hyperpigmentation, and I didn't use a lot. I just used that one drop. I do want to add one drop of the shade in medium 62 warm, just that one pump. I'm gonna dot this all over. Even though this shade is a little bit too warm on me, I feel like the shade in medium 59 is a little bit too light. I don't know why Sephora matched me to these shades. They don't match me at all. Again, using my foundation brush. I'm still looking very ghostly. How is this foundation full coverage when it can't even cover up my hyperpigmentation? On the left side of my face, again, I'm going to do one more drop of the shade in medium 59. I'm going to dot this all over. The left side of my face, I'm going to be blending it out using a dampened beauty blender. I know I'm not going to get as much coverage as I would a foundation brush, but I wanted to see what it looks like using a sponge. Here's what the left side looks like using a dampened beauty blender. I'm going to take one more pump of the shade in medium 62 warm. I'm going to dot this all over. Again, going in with my beauty sponge. Here's what the foundation looks like. Again, we have the beauty blender side, and then we have the brush side. I'm going to do one more pump of the shade in medium 62. I'm just going to leave it where my hyperpigmentation is. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit while I apply some brow product. Going back in using my dampened beauty blender, I'm gonna blend this. I'm gonna apply a little bit of the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder underneath my eyes. I'm not going to powder my entire face because I want to see how the foundation performs on its own. For mascara, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. For lips, I'm going to apply the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the shade Brown Sugar. Here's a closer look on what everything looks like. Again, we have the beauty blender side, and then we have the brush side. Here's what the foundation looks like when it's dried down. I want to see what a fresh pump of the shade in Medium 59 Neutral looks like. Here's a fresh pump. Then here's what it looks like dried down. The foundation did oxidize a bit. Here's a fresh pump of the shade in Medium 62 Warm. And then here's what it looks like dried down. Again, this foundation does oxidize. I'm also going to do one pump of each shade right next to the one that we mixed. Here's one pump in the shade 59, and then I'll do one pump in the shade number 62, and I mix those together. Foundation does oxidize, which means it does dry down darker. I'm looking at the foundation up close in the mirror. It does look a little bit cakey. It looks a little bit heavy. I will check back in at the end of the night to see how the foundation performs, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the KVD Lock It Foundation. I'm looking very shiny at the end of the night. Not only that, but the foundation did settle into my smile lines, and it did come off a bit on this side, kind of transfer onto my hair. I've been wearing this foundation for 10+ hours. I've been inside my home the entire time. A couple things I do want to point out is that underneath my eyes, the foundation did end up creasing. Even after I set it with a little bit of setting powder, I'm going to look up so you can see. It did crease and the foundation did come off underneath my eyes, which is so strange. I've never had that happen with a foundation. It also did sink into my necklines as well. I don't like how the foundation wore on its own. I want to see what it looks like with setting powder and everything. I definitely think I applied too much foundation. It did say apply 1 drop. I ended up applying 2 drops of each shade. Shade number 59 and shade number 62. I applied that all over, and then I applied a little bit extra where my hyperpigmentation is, which it did not cover at all. I have a blotting tissue here. Let's blot the right side of my face. Wow, the foundation completely came off on my forehead. I'm gonna see what it looks like. And remember, we never set the foundation with any setting powder. Oh wow, it's definitely coming off. I have another blotting tissue here. There is so much oils on my face. Here's how much foundation came off on the blotting tissue. Here's what the right side of my face looks like after I blotted. Foundation completely came off on this side. So far, I'm not liking this foundation. I did order a different shade. I purchased the shade in Medium 64. Hopefully that will get here soon. I cannot wait to wash my face. I will check back in with you guys when we get the new shade, and I will see you then. Hey guys, it is day 3 of me testing out the KVD Lock It Foundation. I purchased a different shade. This shade is Medium 64 Neutral. Here's what the shade in Medium 64 Neutral looks like. And again, the shade name is printed down at the bottom. Hopefully this matches. This one's a little bit runny. Let me shake it up a bit. For some reason, it's a bit runny. It's not as thick. I just finished cleansing my skin. I don't have any primer, moisturizer, nothing. I'm going to be applying the shade in Medium 64 on my bare skin. Hopefully it matches. This shade in Medium 64 does match me a little bit better than the previous 2 shades. Using my foundation brush, I'm going to blend this in. It's a good match. Taking whatever's left on the back of my hand, I'm going to dip my foundation brush, apply this all over. Here's what one layer of the foundation looks like. I'm going to be doing the other side. Again, I'm going to be using one more pump. Since I don't have any more product going in using my foundation brush. I'm going to do one more pump, dragging it down my neck. Here's what everything looks like. I won't be applying a second layer. I want to see how it performs with just one layer instead of me applying a little bit more product where my hyperpigmentation is. But I do want to see if it does oxidize. I'll just do a fresh pump right next to it. And again, it did oxidize. So here's a fresh pump, and then here's what it looks like dried down. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Essence Lash Princess. For lips, I'm going to apply the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the shade Brown Sugar. Here's one last look on what everything looks like. I won't be applying any setting powder, any setting spray, because I do want to see how the foundation performs on its own. I will check back in towards the end of the night, and I will see you then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the shade in medium 64 neutral. Here's how it wore throughout my day. Again, the foundation did oxidize. It did also cling on to my necklines, and it did also crease underneath my eyes. I'm going to look up so you can see. And of course, we didn't set the foundation with any setting powder. That's why we're getting all these creases. So far, I don't like how this shade matches me. I feel like it is too orange for me, but tomorrow I will be testing out the foundation again with setting powder. I want to see what makeup looks like on top of the foundation, and I will see you then. Hey guys, it is day 4 of me testing out the KVD Lock It Foundation in the shade medium 64. Today, I'm going to be applying the foundation with all of my makeup products on top of it, and we'll see how it performs. I'm going to shake this up. It was a little bit runny. It still is very runny on the back of my hand. For some reason, I think they might have changed the formula. I'm gonna dot this all over. I already primed and moisturized my skin. For moisturizer, I went in with the Believe True Cream Aqua Bomb. For primer, I applied the One Size Blurring Primer all over my face. And then for my neck, I applied the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm gonna blend this out using a foundation brush. This foundation is definitely true medium coverage. Here's what one layer of the foundation looks like. I won't be applying any more product. I don't want the foundation to look cakey. For concealer, I'm going to apply the KVD Good Apple Concealer in the shade Tan 162. I'm going to apply some to my nose as well to cover up my hyperpigmentation. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit while I fill in my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is in the shade Neutral Brown. Using my foundation brush, I'm going to blend out the concealer. I'm going to set everything with my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. For additional coverage, I use the shade in Tan 161 to cover up my hyperpigmentation. I'm going to dry down the concealer using my fan. Going back in using my foundation brush, blending this out. I like how that brightened everything up. Going back in using my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder, set everything in place. For bronzer, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade Medium 350. For blush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Pretty Posh from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I'm going to set everything with the Smashbox So Chill Primer Water. For mascara, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Lips, I'm going to apply the NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Cream in the shade Teddy Fluff. If you have not seen my lip swatch review on these lip creams, I'll leave it right over here in the cards if you're interested. Here's what everything looks like. I will check back in towards the end of the night to see how everything wears, and I will see you then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the KVD Lock It Foundation in the shade Medium 64 with all of my products on top of it. Here's how it wore throughout my day. I am extremely oily. I did not get a chance to blot. I have a blotting tissue here. Let's see how much of the foundation comes off. Here's what the foundation looks like after I blotted. Here's what the blotting paper looks like. Not too bad. I like how everything wore throughout the day. I still have a few more days to test out this foundation. I will check back in towards the end of the week, and I will see you then for my final thoughts. Hey guys, it is the end of the week of me testing out the KVD Lock It Foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like it. It's not full coverage, it oxidizes, you can't even build it up. If you do apply a second coat, it does tend to crack. I would not recommend this foundation. I'm not sure why they claim that this foundation is full coverage and how it's supposed to cover up tattoos. It can't even cover up my hyperpigmentation. I would not recommend. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you guys tried this foundation before? Was it full coverage for you? If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.